Welcome. Hello.
Wait.
Nope.
Yes.
It's just Kyle and me, as you can tell. So, let me get into the little groove here. We don't have the rest of the party with us today, unfortunately. But we will get into that here in a moment. We would like to do our little shout out first. We would like to shout out Dungeon Masterpiece today. We all enjoy his videos. It's Baron Derop. Puts out a great number of really, really high quality videos that I use to torture my players. And it is lovely. So please check out his channel, Dungeon Masterpiece. As far as announcements go, thank you for joining us as it's just us two today. As we go through Laugh's journey since he was separated from the rest of the party. And I think that's about it.
It's a bad time to be me. He's got me here one-on-one just to put the pain on.
It's gonna be a lot of pain. So, last time on Fables by the Fire, you, Laughs, found yourself teleported to a dimension not too unlike your own, but with enough unfortunate additives that you found yourself not liking it. With its dark, shadowy nature, that strange shadow monster that chased you. After walking a ways, you were attacked by that dark spirit, forcing you to use the book taken from the ruins of the Crossguard Keep that had a picture of an icy tower within it. So, you went through it, took you to an unknown tower on some very snowy, very high mountain peak. From there, you went inside the tower, found some reptilian creatures, and you unlocked a new power from your purple tome, Convergence of the 12 Runes. Using this new power, you started making your way through the tower's upper floors, going downward, before you found yourself looking into a large dining hall of some kind with kobolds and the like, within it, being surprised by your entrance. You then ran to the stairwell, where you find yourself now, exhausted, starving, dehydrated, ill, and completely and utterly alone. So, as you make your way back up the slick, frosted-over stairs towards the study, because part of the wall is blown out, you hear shouts and quick footsteps from behind you. You smell something acrid, and as you glance behind you as you're, jogging up the stairs, you see one of the hulking horned reptilian creatures has made its way up the spiral staircase and is closing in on you. You're a monk, so you can make it to the study with relative ease before it can clunk its way up to you.
Okay.
But just painting the picture, you're on the staircase that leads to the study from the landing that had multiple doors and majority of the reptilian creatures.
Yes.
And kobolds.
Okay. So, I'm on a time crunch here. And for context, reminder, I'm at 16 hit points, no key points, and 2 levels of exhaustion.
Great.
It's a good time. So I'm going to... You said I'm at the landing of the study.
So the landing with all those kobolds in the dining room, and
yes.
You had a few more reptilian creatures. You have left that and started going up the staircase. We'll say you're halfway up. That will lead directly to the study.
All right, then I'm running up to the study with that thing on hot on my heels. Mm-hmm. Don't forget, I'm at half movement speed right now.
Oh, yeah. And you have no key points. I'm sure everything's going to be fine.
I'm positive.
It's about 25 feet to get up to the study.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so I'm running up to the study.
Okay.
Because, if I recall correctly, there's meat in there. You said there was some salted meat afoot. Mm-hmm. And does the study have a door?
It does. It's the typical wooden door with some iron, some metal, pieces to it.
Brace, mm-hmm. Studs, whatever. And I don't recall, when I came down, did I come down that staircase into the study, or was there a different entrance I used?
So from the study, there is a ladder.
To the roof? Gotcha.
Yeah, it's more like a tiny landing that's a little separated from the study, but ladder that goes to the roof.
Okay, I'm going to run into the study, shut the door, and either if I can lock it, push something in front of it.
Gotcha.
That's what I want to do.
It is one of those large wooden latches.
Yes. Okay.
It's a reinforced iron door.
I'm gonna put that down, and then I'm going to run over immediately, grab the meat because I need that right now.
Gotcha.
And then I want to start quickly investigating, see if there's anything else of use in here.
Sounds good.
Cool.
All right, go ahead and roll an investigation check as you start hearing at the door.
I do think I still have one Kenku recall point. I'm not going to use it just yet. Also, I can't on this roll. Is that a cockeyed die? It is, because it landed in the drill hole. Because I'm like, it's either a 2 or a 20. I'm like, I'll gladly take one of those. That's a fat 6.
Which is good.
Okay.
You're in a study, right? You close the thing, you hear this strange creature banging at the door, clawing at it. You're a little perturbed, you're a little distracted, you're a little dying.
Mm-hmm.
So you see on the table there's the raw salted meat, and you see a chalice that has something in it. Beyond that, you're too exhausted, you're too stressed to really get much information other than looks like it's a study, there's a chair over there's a table over here. It's hard to make much out.
Gotcha.
In your current state.
Is there anything more I can push in front of this door?
Actually, the chair and table.
I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I'm going to grab the meat. You said there were torches in here too, lit torches. I'm gonna grab 2 of those if I can.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to climb up the ladder back up to the roof. Okay. I'm going to ask to do something weird here. Is it at all possible I want to take the torches up, put them down gently so they don't burn out. Can I bring one of the chairs or something with a little bit of weight to it up to the roof with me?
Give me a strength check as you try to carry it and yourself up the stairs.
6.
You make it up a few rungs, and you're like, this isn't working, this isn't working.
I'll leave it. And I'll just climb back up there myself. I've got my meat, I got a couple of torches. I'm going to shut it, and if this has a latch too, I'm going to latch that.
This one doesn't have a latch. It's a heavy door. So
I'm going to add just a little bit more weight. Okay. And then I'm going to look over the ravine down towards the bottom of the tower.
Okay.
And then are there a couple of places I want to slow fall hopscotch kind of my way down? Does that make sense?
Say it one more time, maybe.
I'm looking for somewhere, because I have slow fall, but that won't cover the whole jump from this tower, I'm pretty sure. So I want to try and find, landings.
Give me a survival check.
Cool. I'm not too shabby at that. 8.
As you're trying to look for footholds, you're about to jump, but you're like, let me see. There doesn't appear to be much. If you recall, you have the windows that separate the ground and you, but those are almost flush with the wall as far as the windowsills go. So you can attempt it, definitely. It will be dangerous in your current state.
Yes. I'm confirming that I have no key points.
What's your passive perception?
23?
You hear a from below.
Shit. I'm looking around. Is there any... I've got still some of my rope. Can I get... is there something I could tie it to?
There are those, oh boy.
Yep, I was forgetting the word for them too. Top of a tower, they stick up.
Jobbles.
Nope. I think it starts with a B, but either way. I have to know. Was that movie quote?
We'll look later.
Alright, I'm going to tie the rope across one of them and try and get down a bit then.
Okay. How many feet of rope do you have?
I think it's 50 feet. Most rope. Right? 50 feet.
50? So we'll say 40 because you have to tie it around, make sure it's, nice and tight. So you get down 40 feet. Let me see here.
How tall is the tower overall-ish, just gauging?
I may have said different last time. It's honestly hard to recall. But we'll say it is about 100, 150.
That's a big gap.
Somewhere in there. It's hard for you to tell. You're looking down and it's like, ooh. And you're perishing.
Yes.
Currently.
Look, I got meat. I got torches. Kind of. I'm shimmying down holding lit torches. Tucked under my...
salted meat.
Yeah.
No, and the nearest window is at 75 feet from the ground. So, with your 40 feet of rope, we'll say that you can probably swing it.
Okay. I would like
very barely
to swing it.
Okay. So you swing it.
Okay.
And you're able to get to the bottom of your rope. You see maybe 10, 15 feet is the landing to that window.
Okay.
So go ahead and give me a, whether you want to do acrobatics or athletics, I'll leave up to you. You just tell me why you chose which.
I want to go with acrobatics because it's a bigger modifier. This is a very...
You fall.
While this is a strength-based, you have to be strong to hold onto a rope like this. This is a very dexterous movement, swinging on a rope back out, and so that's why I think.
Okay.
11?
11. Okay. That's the first double digit we've heard today.
Oh, and you're rolling everything at disadvantage.
You're able to swing, and you let go, and are able to barely catch yourself on the sill. You miss it because you're trying to land on it. You miss it and are able to barely scrape by. You put both of your hands
Do I drop
on the
my
sill.
torches?
One of the torches falls.
Just one. Okay, cool. I'll like to pull myself up.
All right.
And
What do you do about the army of kobolds staring? No.
That's it. Can I?
So you peek in, and it is one of those small rooms with a door that's shut.
Okay. I'll pull myself up and in.
Okay.
Is there anything else going on in this room? What do I see?
There's a lit torch in here.
Okay. Oh, more torches.
Other than that, it's an empty room.
Just no table, no nothing. Okay.
Literally nothing. It is, there's snow, some ice, stuff like that, but...
I'm going to grab this lit torch, and then I'm going to peek in. I'm back up to 2. And then I'm going to peek into the hall very sneakily.
Okay.
As sneakily as you can with a big, heavy door, Does this one have a bar on it as well?
It does not.
And does it open in or out?
It opens in.
Okay.
And there is some ice, so you're going to have to, pull it and scrape it through some of the ice.
So not very sneaky.
It won't be very
Okay.
I would typically have you roll stealth at disadvantage. I don't know if this just means stealth at 0.
Let me roll 4 dice.
Take the lowest of the 4.
Yeah, statistically.
Subtract 2.
All right, so I'll open it.
Okay. So, you peek in. It is a large, almost entry hall of sorts. You see multiple doors.
This isn't the same hall I was in earlier when I stumbled into the
one that you just ran from?
The one that had the dining room and stuff.
This is the... So you had study, stairwell, entryway with the 4 doors including the dining room,
Gotcha.
stairwell, and then it's the entryway that's blasted out.
This is the one that's blasted out?
Correct.
How many entryways does this place have, Eric?
No, like a common area, whatever
Gotcha.
you want to call that.
Can I just go up and real quick, like, listen at one of the closest doors, see if I hear anything behind it? They're all shut? Before I look? Alright, I'm gonna go listen at, like...
Give me a perception check.
Yes! 9 plus infinity? 16!
Nice, okay. You don't immediately hear anything from within that door. You go to the next door, and you do hear something. There's somebody or something in there.
Gotcha.
Because you just hear, like, scuffling about.
Can I check out that first door? And before I do that, I want to look over the edge of the... You said this was the blasted out one? Mm-hmm. How far down are we looking?
It's more than 500 feet.
Oh, this is to the edge of the mountain, and there's nowhere I could...
We will say... I'll say maybe...
If I...
75-ish feet down, there's small outcropping of a bit of the very base of the tower, the room that has like the
treasure,
like treasure and stuff. There's that.
Great, yeah, that safe place
If you want, you can like grip onto the. It's blasted out, but there's maybe a few inches of what is the very start of the wall at your feet. If you want, you can grip onto that and try to peek beneath the floor and ceiling of the next floor.
I'm not feeling up to that one.
Are you sure?
I'm not feeling up to that one.
It's windy.
I'll check out you said 4 doors?
Yeah.
I'll check out the door I didn't hear anything behind. Can I kind of creep in there?
So?
4 doors, I'm sorry, just building my visual space. 4 doors, one of which I came out of.
So you have 5 doors total.
Mm-hmm.
You came out of this door, which leads into the common area with door, stairwell.
Okay, so the stairwell.
Blasted out.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, the door that I didn't hear anything. So I still have the stairwell there.
Correct.
Stairwell blasted out. Opposite sides? Or...
Stairwell and blasted out are together.
Gotcha.
The door that you came through and blasted out stairwell are opposite.
Okay. Then I'll check out the quiet door. Yeah, I'm just...
Why can't you understand what my headspace is?
I need a very vivid escape plan.
That's fair. You open the door and there's a dragon looking at you, just sipping tea. You enter the room. It is a small... it appears to be a bedroom of sorts, but multiple bunks. There are a bunch of kind of dresser-ish things just made with wood that looks like they were hand-built.
Anyone sleeping in here?
There is one person sleeping. It appears to be some type of kobold type.
Okay, so this is still an actively used room. Oh, I'm so close to... Just to clarify, do I see any food sitting out?
No.
Okay. Then I'm going down. I'm going to that staircase.
He has a drink at his bedside table.
Does he have a drink? Does it look full? It's probably just a mug. I can't really tell creeping in.
It's like a cup of something.
He doesn't need to know I was here. I'm going down. I'm going down the stairs. I don't need to play games with this kobold.
Do you shut the door?
No.
Okay.
He'll just think some other idiot came by. I don't need to make it creak more. I'm out of here.
Okay. So you start to go down. Go ahead and give me a stealth check just to see...
Oh, okay. I wish I didn't. 10.
10, okay. You scurry down. As you look at the stairs, this part of this, it is spiral, but large spiral. If that makes sense. So
yes, that's what I was picturing.
Yeah.
Alright, sorry.
No, you're good. There are large sections of the staircase that are blasted out completely. Mm-hmm. So if you want to proceed all the way to the next floor via stairs, you have to make different survival checks to make sure that you don't fall. Only telling you that typically it would be easy. I just want to make sure that's out there in the open since...
And when you say fall, you mean 500 feet.
Technically, if you are in the stairwell, you'd fall straight down, which means that you would fall the 75 feet.
Okay. All right.
Unless there's a stiff wind that blows you that way a little bit.
I want to keep going down. Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and give me a survival check as you reach the first bit of blown out.
21. Or 19.
Ooh.
By the way, one of those was a nat 20.
You had to get a 20 to live.
Nice!
So you start to go down the stairs. You jump probably a 7-foot gap and land, and you hear as little bits of rock fall as it cracks. I know that you're not a huge fan, but have you seen Lord of the Rings?
It's been a long time.
Do you remember the scene where they're on that staircase in the Mines of Moria, and unfortunate, you're about to...
It's that?
So you take a step forward, and a section of about 3-4 stairs that you were just on, as you move your pressure from it, break off and fall to the ground beneath you, about probably 60 feet or so, and land very, very loudly below. And you feel the staircase start to give a little bit as it's connected essentially just via stair to stair to stair until it hits wall, then it's connected to wall. You have probably about 20 feet of floating staircase that you're going to need to cross.
Luckily,
Yeah.
I weigh nothing. Practically.
You weigh 5 pounds.
I'm a 4-foot bird. Laughs making that leap, barely. Accidentally kind of, stumbling his landing and that coming out. He's tired. This is stuff that's normally trivial for him. But he's pushing through. He's like, these stairs are not quite right. He's moving down.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you move down, if I may, no longer worrying about stealth and more worrying about just getting to the wall.
Probably at this moment. There was a big chunk.
Yeah. So you scurry down 20, 30 feet and reach staircase that is connected to wall.
Okay.
Safer.
Yes.
And you continue making your way. You can start trying to sneak a little bit more.
Do I hear any haze? What was that?
Give me a perception check.
How do you do math? Jeez. 15.
You hear some scurrying from below. Some loud, hissing noises and various, reptilian sounding noises. From above, you hear, "Hey, what was that?" Exactly. But you can't see anything because now you've kind of crossed from the field of view. So you hear something that is very close. Nothing. Must have been the wind.
I'm scurrying, man.
And you continue scurrying down until you hit the next landing. Mm-hmm. So you have this landing here, and you're back to seeing, you went around, right? So now you're back to seeing blown out wall. And you're at the next landing. There are 2 doors here, just one on each side, not one directly opposing your blown out wall.
Gotcha. Okay, so these are bigger rooms. I'm gonna...
Perception.
I'd love to. 12. 13.
13. As you approach one, it opens, and I need you to roll initiative as one of those big hulking ones with the different, horned appendages, and raises its clawed arm.
Great.
isn't it?
That's not terrible.
Okay.
15?
15. Your turn. To give you a brief picture, large room, you see this large reptilian creature, kind of wide face, ending in almost like a lizard-like snout, not a kobold, looking at you. It has multiple horned appendages, kind of a lot of loose, like, drabs and dribbles of skin almost, except, covered in scale. Very, very clawed hands. And it has done this, and is about to whack you. You see behind it several more, and you do, just with that perception check, you hear that there is talking in the room behind you.
Okay. This guy, I'm bouncing. Action to disengage.
Okay.
And then I still have 22.5 movement speed, even with that, which isn't great. Yeah, I'm counting my 2.5. No, we round up, right? So if something's halved, you round up.
Something's halved, you round down.
You round down?
Right? If I say you take 23 points of damage,
Halved,
halved,
we do
it
generally
goes
round
down.
down. Darn it! Alright, so 20 feet of movement speed. I wanted that 5, man. And how far is it to the staircase?
To the staircase is maybe 15.
Okay. This guy's big. I don't think he's going to be doing great on those stairs. Neither will I if he gets to the stairs. I'm going to do something a little more dangerous. Instead of disengage, I'm going to dodge. So
Okay.
he'll get the opportunity attack. It'll be at disadvantage.
Gotcha.
But if he catches up to me on the stairs,
Gotcha.
I'm still somewhat protected.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to action to... So he sees the clock come up and he goes... and just dives, like, scratching at the floor for the stairs as he
Gotcha.
ditches.
Gotcha. Alright, opportunity attack.
Yep.
Let's see here.
Disadvantage?
It doesn't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
It was low enough.
Oh, okay. The first one
the
was...
second roll doesn't matter.
I don't know why I'm in such a fight or flight. You said it doesn't matter. I thought you rolled so high. I thought your D20 gave you like a 30, and you're like, I don't care if this is disadvantage.
No.
I mean, went to a bad
It
spot.
was 4, and I was like, oh, it doesn't matter anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then I rolled a 3.
Cool.
Yeah. So a swing and a miss as you scramble, kind of scurry towards the stairs. Up or down?
Down.
Alright. So you go down, start running. What is your movement speed? You said 20?
right now.
20, and then, so you move 20 feet, and it will follow you, moving 30 feet.
I'm moving 20 feet because I wouldn't know that it could move 30. It just catches up to me.
And then it passes you and is like, hey,
See ya, buddy.
on your left. So yes, it moves 20 feet, and does take another swing at you. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It tries to bite you as it catches up and just completely whiffs it. It takes 2 attacks with its claws, and just the ice on the open staircase, it kind of slips a little bit, and it is your turn.
This is rough fighting for him, and so Laughs is struggling, but he's fought a lot of lizard creatures.
Yeah.
This isn't his first rodeo with lizard monsters.
Yeah.
He's tired, but that instinct's just taken over just enough. You know, his skills are down. It's bad terrain for the monster. We're just barely bobbing and weaving.
Yeah.
Okay. There's more. Is there another break in the stairs down this way that I probably couldn't see with the...
Not that you can see at the moment.
20 feet. How far-ish could I see?
You can usually see like 20, 25 feet at a time just because of the curve.
Okay, I'm pressing thin luck here. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to dodge and then get as much distance as I can.
At disadvantage.
Yes. Oh!
15 doesn't hit.
No. Disadvantage is a bitch. I wouldn't know.
I wish that you would understand. So you barely scurry out of its claws.
Okay.
Reach.
20 feet down.
20 feet down.
And I'm looking ahead. He's looking for gaps. He's looking for anywhere he could jump off of this.
Still the stairwell.
Okay.
You made it to 50 feet. So you're 50 feet above right now. Above the ground level.
And into jump range. I don't know exactly how far slow fall would carry me, but we're getting there.
Getting there. So you continue moving down. You're now less than 50 feet, but it is enclosed. Unfortunately, you think to yourself, this would be the only piece of enclosed, perfectly intact stair.
No!
And it catches up to you.
Yep.
What is this? Swing and a miss times 3. Unfortunately, as it catches up to you again. And it is going to run 10 feet in front of you. And kind of turn around and try to block the way. It is 10 feet wide, so it isn't blocked.
Oh, I was about to say, how did it get past me? How far up until the staircase isn't enclosed anymore?
You've made it 20 feet down, so we'll say about 15 feet.
I could jump. I could run back up there and jump. Using my astounding Kenku memory, I've jumped off of high things before.
Yeah.
How far do I feel like I've made it? If he's thinking of he's recalling he came down, I'm thinking I've jumped off of things before. He's just trying to gauge the distance that is compared to previous high jumps. Or, more realistically, floors falling out from under him.
Let's see.
In mechanics terms, slow fall will eat 35 damage. I don't know how many.
Thank you.
And I don't know how many d6 per. I know you probably do.
I just have to put them in front of me, so then I can do the math.
On average, my calculations say 8.75 d6. If you take the average of the dice. Anyway, do it your way. Do it your way. No, ignore me.
Alright, so it is...
You said 50 feet, I think?
Yeah, but I mean, it would be about 40 feet, where you could at first jump off, maybe 45. So, I mean, we'll say 50 just for ease for this quick math. You have jumped from this distance before. And you say it'll take how many points of damage?
35.
35. If you took max damage, you would take 1 hit point of damage.
And outside of game mechanic terms, if I was looking at this from a role-playing perspective.
If you're looking at it from role-playing, you've done it before, and you land, and you're like, my heels, that stung a little bit. Beyond that, I mean, you've done it before. You haven't jumped any higher than this. About 50 feet is your max that you've ever done.
Okay.
Because it hurt. It stings.
So, he was trying to run down. He looks back up. He looks at the guy who just ran past him.
And I do want to clarify, it's a thin margin between that 50-foot fall and the 500-foot fall.
Don't even worry about it. I'm not.
I'm not.
He's
ya.
just gonna see ya, kid.
Okay.
That was supposed to be Indiana Jones. That was not Indiana. Run back up and just mantle the thing and jump.
Okay. So you jump.
And I'll use my reaction to do slow fall.
Too late. It doesn't matter how much damage I tell you because it's less than 35. So
Correct.
let's go ahead and give me a survival check, or give me athletics or acrobatics to see if you are able to twist and contort your body enough to land the 50-foot fall rather than perish.
I'm going to go with... You said survival check?
No, athletics or acrobatics.
Oh, yeah. You did say... But you did say...
I started with survival and was like, no.
I don't want to biff this fall. And I would be like... This is for me. This is unrelated to what you just asked of me. Am I landing in snow? Nice, soft snow. Not that it makes a difference.
If you land on the 50 feet, no, it is stone. I mean, there's some snow there, but it is stone floor, bits of jagged stone wall.
As
If
I'm
you fall further,
hurtling.
if you fall further, it depends.
Contorting yourself in midair is acrobatics. If there's anything that ever was acrobatics, I don't even think it's a stretch to say 18.
18.
And we've all stretched some acrobatic rolls before.
Yeah.
Gornard.
I don't recall ever doing that. So as you, twist your body and you're doing slow fall, you're using the methods that that Istish taught you. You're able to slow your fall and kind of just guide yourself, and you land on a little bit of like snow, ice, rubble, rock, stone, and look around you. You're in the widest bit of the tower, which is super wide, and you see a lot of treasure, a lot of weapons, and just large pieces of items that are or were important to whatever lives or lived here. Also of note, you see that, if you recall, there were quite a few of those reptilian monsters.
I do recall now.
You see that right now, this entire room, which is very large, very wide, is devoid of those lizard creatures. You see that there is a stairwell opposite you that leads somewhere, so you don't know if they went up there. However, beneath, if you recall, you were on a piece of broken out flooring when you originally looked.
Yes.
And that's from the 25-foot mark. Underneath that flooring, which you couldn't have seen, you see there is a throne. There is a throne that is empty, but right to the right-hand side of it, sitting down, looking straight at you, is a very large, very white wolf. And you see on both sides multiple very large gray-colored wolves.
Okay.
And they're all looking at you. Some are kind of laying, looking. The white one is very erect, looking at you with its ears very pointed.
Have I encountered such wolves before? Probably not.
Give me a history check.
Ooh, 9.
Are you not?
No, I'm good. Laughs is good at everything.
Sure.
The dice fail him.
You've seen wolves.
Yeah.
You know enough that these don't appear to be regular wolves just based off of size alone.
I'm going to just But there's only the one way out, that staircase that goes up? Because this is kind
There's
of...
that or the blown out.
to 500 foot.
Correct.
Would I have to go past them to the staircase?
Yeah, it's like right next. It's adjacent to them and the throne that's empty.
I'm just gonna give them the open hand treatment you give animals and just slowly shimmy towards the staircase. I'm not touching squat in this room.
You hear as one of the ears kind of twitches, and you see all of their heads just following you. And the large white wolf stands up and kind of shakes a little bit. And you see it's like shaggy, not unkempt, but shaggy, it's a wild animal. And it has very piercing, very dark, like red eyes, which is very, starkly contrasted to its very white fur, along with a gray patch on its left eye cheek. It looks at you. Who might you be?
Friend?
It says to you. Friend of who?
You?
It kind of shakes, tail straight down. I don't know you.
You could, buddy.
What brings you here?
Long story? Time?
We have it.
I'm going to... Shit, I ain't lying to no scary wolf. How far between me and this door?
Probably a good 30-ish feet.
I could dash it. They're bigger than the door, perhaps? Look, I'd love to have some wolf friends.
They're not bigger than the door. They're big, but they're like the bigger side of medium.
Oh, so they'll follow me up these stairs.
They'll follow you up the stairs.
All right. So there was a book, portal, Hermes found.
Are you a friend of Master Hermes?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna kind of flash the robes. Student. Friend.
Student, what brings you here? Why did you have his book?
Bad news, buddy. Dragons killed Hermes?
You hear a couple of the wolves start to growl. You see a little bit of teeth showing. The spirit of Hermes lives on.
Do you know more? I'd look. You read? And I'm gonna search my pockets for the note that I'm going to foolishly, frantically search my pockets for the note that I found in Hermes's claw. From him?
I cannot read.
I'm going to... Nico read it aloud once, correct? To the rest of the party, because I couldn't?
Yep.
Using Nico's voice, I'll recite the note that I have here. That's not helpful. I only have a bunch of trash, man.
Regardless. You repeat what he said.
I'll play the sound clip from a previous.
And he...
Sorry.
He replies... Strange. Are you a lone wolf?
Not normally.
Where are they?
Separated?
Go. Find your pack. Take nothing. The hunter will return soon. It's best you take your leave.
Okay. Do you got a name?
He kind of looks at you, and says, "I've been called Tal."
Good meet, Tal. I'm gonna start shimmying towards the door.
They all continue to follow you.
Much thanks.
They all follow you, and
Their heads or them?
their heads.
Okay.
That's
an eerie image.
A few of them get up and actually physically follow you. Get probably 15 feet away from you, but don't come any closer.
I could not have, other than the open hands thing, could not have worse body language for interacting with animals. Tense, darting eyes.
Complete your task. You must. And you continue through the door?
See you again?
I'm afraid not.
As I'm creeping through the door. A hunter?
Go.
Got it!
So you once again round the entire tower, and then you're 25 feet off the ground. You see the blown out bit, and across is the door that you peeked through. Sorry, let me back up.
I'm going back up the staircase.
So this isn't the full circle staircase, sorry. This is more of a, you go up, you turn around and go up.
Okay.
Again. And you get to a little bit of hole in the wall, and about 15 feet away, you see the floor that leads to the door that leads to the window outside. You need to make about a 15-foot jump.
Easy.
To get to the floor, so then you can go out the door that you had previously, last session, or a few sessions ago, looked down into the treasure.
This is the door that was like disconnected from.
Correct.
Oh, I can get back in there? Yes. I want to do that. Is there anything I'm looking for in this exact place? It's just a cut-off landing. There's nothing here. I can make that jump.
I mean, there's more stair that leads up.
And I mean, if I fall, I end up back there. I brush myself off and I go, "Sorry, wolves."
You're 25 feet off the ground.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump that. I'm gonna make that jump.
Give it to me.
Oh, that's phenomenal. Without adding anything, 17.
Okay, yeah, don't add anything. You make the jump across, and as you do, almost in slow motion, you see all the heads follow you, and you make it to the landing that leads to the door.
Sweet. And just to clarify, this is the same door. I'm going to open that door.
You open the door. It's an empty room with a window.
Okay.
That's 25 feet off the ground.
I'm in business. What was in this room from?
There used to be a torch, I believe. There's nothing.
Okay. All right, I got 2 torches. I've got some meat. I'm going to... not a bit of furniture, not... Okay.
There's a small wooden stool.
There's a small wooden stool. Perfect. I'm going to... How much snow has blown in this room?
At most, like 4 inches of snow at certain parts. Not throughout the whole thing.
Like a nice little pile here or there, though?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to break up that stool.
Okay.
And I'm shutting the door.
Yeah.
I'm going to break up that stool. I'm going to start a fire using one of the torches. I guess both of the torches.
Okay.
I'm going to start a bit of a fire. I'm going to try and... What else do I have on me? Hold on. I have to do a little bit of...
Well, you should have a lot of stuff on you. You have your magic carpet.
Okay.
Too soon.
Okay. I have my... I'm going to break up the stool, start a bit of a fire. I'm going to use my bag, just my actual bag, to scoop up a bunch of snow. And I'm going to try and melt it over the fire so that I can get some water. I'm going to try and cook this salted meat. It should be good. It's salted.
Yeah, it's not spoiled.
So I'm going to try and spend a quick night. I'm going to make a dinner as poorly as humanly possible.
Survival check. It is about evening time. Are you planning to sleep up here?
I'm planning to sleep up here.
Okay.
The fire won't burn all night, obviously, but that's probably for the best, frankly. I'm going to sleep here. I need a rest. Desperately. So survival check. 9.
9. You get some water. Some starts dripping through. But, you get it above you, and you start squeezing, little bits into your mouth. It's not enough to, quench your thirst, but it is some. And you're like, trying to get any last bit. Your tongue is cracked. You're severely dehydrated. So you get some. And the meat, you do burn. It is edible.
Beautiful. Salted burnt meat. That'll do great for the hydration problem.
It will. You lose a level of exhaustion from starvation, but you gain another from worse dehydration.
Okay. And then I will rest.
All right. So you get that little bit of water. You get a full belly from the meat, although it's also uncomfortable because, you can barely chew this because it's
bird
burnt.
beaks
My
are
mouth is
grated.
So, and yeah, you have a bird beak, and your mom isn't here to chew it up for you first and spit it into your mouth.
Ishtish used to do that.
Not canon. So you try to sleep. Do you put out the fire or just let it burn until it burns
probably
out?
won't burn for super long. If it's
Probably
not dark outside when I hit the bed, I don't want it glowing out the window. But if it's going to burn for a little bit more.
Before you fall... Give me an intelligence check.
Okay. This is going to be huge. 18 and a second nat 20 gone.
Oh, unfortunate. I love eating those. As you start to nod off, you do get a little worried. Just for a moment, your heart starts racing. You remember Tao mentioned a hunter returning soon. This is the lowest level window and door. You don't have to act on that, but in your mind you're like, if this hunter is something that walks, this is the easiest entrance that I know of to get in.
And the torch that was there is gone now.
Yes.
So as I start to nod off, it's been about, let's say, half an hour. I've
You've been kind of turning.
I've taken just a bit of a short rest, and I'm just uncomfortable sleeping here. Because...
I'm not saying you can't. I just want to make sure that I provide you necessary info with your role.
He said return soon. He doesn't know. What's a wolf know about time? What time of day is it?
It's evening. 7, 8.
If I look out the window, do I see footsteps? Do I see someone approaching on the horizon? 8 hours is 8 hours, though.
You see absolutely no footsteps. If something left via this route, you see your footsteps that lead in. If something left via this route and does walk, run, whatever, it didn't leave any tracks.
I think I'd rest. It's just been so much.
Okay.
I think sometimes your stomach, your exhaustion can overlay some level of sense.
So you start to, I need to get up, I need
Yeah.
to move, and then you fall asleep. You wake up over a fire in your rotisserie chicken style. No, so 8 hours goes by. Go ahead and give me. Let me see what the rules with unconscious is. Alphabetical.
I'm just saying, Matthew Mercer would have known.
Go ahead and give me. Don't give me a perception roll. So, you sleep through the night, a little bit restless, very thirsty, but you do get a long rest.
Okay.
Along with that, the effects of whatever necrotic attack that was are gone. So you can go to full hit points.
Did I get enough food and drink to recover a level of exhaustion?
You got enough food to recover a level of exhaustion. You will be getting another level soon from another 24 hours of not enough water, though.
Cool.
But for now, for a short period of time, you are down to just 1 level of exhaustion. Which is good.
Progress. Things are looking up.
Baby.
Doubled my hit points.
So you jump.
I mean, it would be ludicrous of me to not keep investigating this tower, even after Tao told me. I think, at the very least, I want to grab one more torch. How long do torches burn? Like an hour? I want to get some more water in my system. I want to see if it becomes a problem. I'm going to bail. But just to investigate, I'm going to try going back up that staircase just a bit to see.
So you'll have to jump from the landing into that hole in the wall.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a...
Before I do such a crazy thing, I'm going to look down for the hunter. Is there anything on the throne?
You peek down. Give me a perception check.
Thank God I have an infinity in perception. 16.
16. What did you roll?
An 8.
Ooh. So, you see the wolves as you peek your head around. All the wolves lock eyes with you, and you hear a little bit of growling, and you don't see anything on the throne.
Okay.
You do see some of those lizard reptilian creatures are back.
I'm out of here. I can melt snow with my body heat.
Are you sure?
I'm out of here.
Okay. To be clear, the 2 torches that you had are burning.
Yeah. Burning? Still? It's been 8 hours. This place is magic. Can I melt some more snow? Hell yeah.
Give me a good old survival check.
Dude, I'd love to. 9.
Once again, you get some, but just not enough, unfortunately. And you're kind of nervous about, is this hunter here, is this hunter not here? But you're not able to get enough.
I gotta get out of here. I don't see anything on the horizon.
And nothing other than landscape. There are pine trees and, this and that, a lot of rock outcroppings. And of course, you'd see some clouds below you, other many, many mountains.
Nah, it would be remiss of me to not get anything more. Okay, I'm going up that staircase.
All right. So
It did not reset my key points.
unfortunate.
Because I get a distinct feeling I'm gonna need them.
So you make the jump. Go ahead and give me acrobatics.
Thank God. 16.
Okay.
16.
So you make it across. You barely land in that hole just because it's an awkward jump from this way, pretty easy from the other. And you go up the staircase.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sneakily, as all
Give
possible.
me a stealth check. To be clear, all the wolves see you. You know that.
There's no hiding from the wolves. My good friend Tao. Tao?
Yeah.
No, another nat 20! I'm writing Tao, best friend wolf. To be clear, I know that is not the case. But he was nice to me. 14? That's not right. 15. 13.
13?
I'm like, it's a smaller number than I thought. Let's add some.
So, what was that?
13 stealth to creep up
Oh,
the stairs.
stealth. Yeah. Sorry. I got lost in my notes.
Notes says, if he goes up this staircase,
He dies.
dumb.
So you go up the staircase.
I'm bringing my torches with me.
Okay, yeah.
My lit torches.
One more stealth roll.
15.
I'm going to ignore that. I forgot you already rolled at disadvantage. I was having you do it at disadvantage because you have a bunch of
double
bright
disadvantage.
lights on you. So no, we'll just take whatever the first was. I believe 13.
So you could consider it double
Sure,
disadvantage.
I gave you double disadvantage. Um,
I'm sneaking with lit torches. In a wet bag.
and your bird feet on this kind of wet stone. So you go up the staircase and find yourself in another landing with just 2 doors. Across you see blown out tower and the start of the circular staircase.
Listening at a door.
You don't hear anything at the left door, let's say.
I'm going to listen at all the doors.
Give me a perception check.
14.
14. So like I said, the left door, you hear nothing. Right door, you do hear some noise, some talking.
And it's just the 2?
Mhm.
Left door, let's open that just a smidge. Yep, of course.
You see a, how do I describe this? So it's like, it's a kobold. You see, typical reddish colored scales, sharp teeth as it glances up towards you. It's wearing like a leather cap, has a pretty big backpack on its back, and it does have a spear in its hand, and it looks up at you. Hey!
Do you remember, what was the name, when I spoke to those kobolds last session, do you remember the name of the one that they were like, are you Trevor? Or whatever his name was?
It couldn't have been Trevor. I
No,
don't think
that's
we'll
just
ever
my
have
go-to.
another Trevor in this campaign after what happened to the last one.
That was in my campaign. You guys left him to die and choke.
There was, but do you remember the man that you guys murdered in Trigo City?
Oh, that was Trevor.
Also
I don't
Trevor.
recall murdering him.
So,
Play it back. Anyway.
So, you go ahead and give me a history check.
History check with yesterday. 8.
Bob? Who knows? Tommy?
I look at him. I go, it's me, Bob! You wouldn't hurt Bob!
Give me a deception check.
I'm so great at deception. What is it, -3 at disadvantage? It's a -1.
Intruder!
Can I run?
Yeah, go ahead and roll initiative. Just so we can keep track.
Oh. I did this to myself. 8.
8? Okay.
Did he not buy that I was Bob?
Oddly enough, no. He whaps you with the spear, or at least is going to attempt.
Okay.
As he closes the 10-foot distance and whaps you with it. Does a 20 hit?
Yes.
Does a 15 hit?
No.
Does a 14 hit?
No.
Because I added wrong. All right. So.
Does the door open in or out?
It opens out towards you.
Yes.
You take 4 points of piercing damage.
Oh no.
Oop, nope, sorry.
14.
Multiply that by 12. Let's see.
That would kill me.
You take 5 points of piercing damage.
Oh my goodness, no.
As it hits you with the spear, and you hear from behind the door open, and you catch a quick glance. You see multiple kobolds. The one that opened the door is looking like this, and it drops a mug. And then there is...
Slow-mo time.
There is one behind him with a small, almost stick in its hand. And we are going to...
You said something seemed different about this kobold, or was it just kind of wearing stuff I'm not
It's
used
just
to?
wearing more... You're used to, kind of leather patchwork armor. This one looks different, like an explorer almost.
I could trash this kobold. I could trash all these kobolds, and then...
Does an 18 hit?
No. I could trash these kobolds. What's he got, a stick? Is he proficient with forks?
Yes.
Oh no!
As...
You said these are the lizards, not the kobolds on the other side, right?
Huh? What? Huh? Kobolds.
They're all three are kobolds? Okay.
Does a 19 hit?
That is my AC. Alright, they're getting a lot of attacks. Maybe I can't trash these kobolds.
You are going to take... Oops. You are going to take 14 points of cold damage.
Halved! I have the Ring of Cold.
Ooh.
Oh.
7 points, just saved your life. As out of his little stick, which
it's not a fork!
a wand, a bolt of strange energy followed by extreme cold winds goes and hits you, and you feel ice form over your chest.
Oh, not again!
And
Michael's the MVP, dude.
I know.
What's up?
The kobold that opened the door and dropped a mug runs inside to the back of the room. With your passive perception, you see there is a cage in the back, and it opens the cage, and you see clambering out of the cage, full black mane with white going down like a racing stripe. A skunk exit the cage.
Am I gonna get skunked?
Yes. It runs up to you.
A skunk got a higher initiative than me?
Yes.
No!
It runs up to you and sprays the one with the wand.
This is pandemonium.
As it gets skunked. It smells bad. But it just blasted the mage, if you will. And it is your go.
I could beat the ever-loving crap out of these guys. Especially if he just got skunked.
It's unfortunate. That's why I started laughing. Unfortunate.
Does it look like it deals damage, or is it just inconvenient?
It's hard to tell. You'll have to wait a little bit to see. it definitely is inconvenient at the least.
Okay. I'm trying to get around game mechanics here, the Explorer one, can I just slam the door in his face, or would he get an opportunity attack? Because I'd have to step aside.
You can slam the door.
I'm going to just slam the door in his face.
Gotcha.
And then the other ones are at range. So I'm just going to take my movement down the stairs. Or I could go further up. Which way, because this has the broken wall, right, with the stairs, and that leads into the wolf den, where they won't be nice a second time.
Downstairs leads to the wolf den, and this is the intact kind of L-shaped staircase.
I want to jump from the stairs to the outside portion. The ground, not the throne room. Is that possible?
The open blasted out area, yeah, because there's that little outcropping. So yeah, you can make it to there. We'll say that's nearing the end of your movement, but you will land on the wolf level.
I don't want to land on the wolf level. I want to land where that window would have taken me, where I came into the whole building.
So you'll have to go down the L-shaped stairs, jump across. Yeah.
And are you counting my dash with that? Like if I action dash, would that be all my movement? Or is it just all my movement, all my regular 45 foot?
Your 45 feet would take you to the hole in the wall.
Okay, so I'm going to that dash as far as it can get me, and if that doesn't get me across the gap...
Give me an acrobatics check.
12.
You jump across, barely making it. And you see again as they track you, and you hear from behind, "Go get up my eyes!" as these poor kobolds, you started off strong, are just in a pandemonium of chaos.
I want that guy's bag.
It's like, do you remember in Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit's bags?
Are they big? Are they comically large?
Not comically, they're large. It's like that. There are pots and pans hanging off of it. There's a bedroll.
I need what this guy has.
It's like a full rucksack.
Okay, I'm going to take my turn. I'm going to come into the room and just stand around the corner.
Come into which room?
Or I made the gap, but I didn't get into the room.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to stand on this side of the gap for a second.
Okay. And that takes us to their turn, and then it's your turn.
What do I hear? Do I just hear the pandemonium?
You hear pandemonium, you hear a door open, and you hear, "What's that smell?" And then you hear, "Ah!"
Okay, I'm going to do something dumb.
"Release the scorpion!"
Alright, this is dumb. I'm going back up. So
Okay.
I'll make this jump again. I got a plan. I actually have a plan.
Okay.
Like I don't. That scorpion's loose. They're in trouble. Ooh, that's plenty. 15, 16.
To make it across.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured you were going to ask. I know I'm not supposed to roll until you tell me to.
Kyle
I'm so sorry.
rolled without asking for permission.
It is bad form. I know. Alright, I'm going to jump back across. I'm not going to dash. I'm just going to go up the stairs.
To make it most of the way.
Can I sneak?
Self-check.
Nah. 2 plus 5?
Okay. So you're,
2 plus 7.
you're
9.
sneaking up.
Okay.
You make it probably halfway up the stairs.
Alright, and that's my turn.
Alright. Coming down the stairs is that guy who let out the skunk. The
Okay.
kobold that let out the skunk. It has a 5-foot-long pole, and you see, tied with twine to the end of it, a scorpion that's just, like, poking out, and he whaps you with it.
This is what he meant by get the scorpion?
Yeah. A 12 doesn't hit,
Nope.
Unfortunately, I'm guessing. Let me see here. So he hits you with it, so it makes contact, and the scorpion just kind of like flails about, and with its stinger. With its stinger, it's kind of just going all over the place, and it's just facing the wrong way. It kind of pinches at you, and then he pulls it back to go for another attack. But it is your turn, and you hear more pandemonium upstairs.
I'm gonna just clobber this guy. I get 2 attacks. Whoa. 17 plus stuff.
Hits.
And 14 plus 7.
Damage?
21. Second attack.
Okay.
Sorry, I was just rolling them both at once.
No, you're good. Hits.
I forgot my attack. We play so inconsistently. I forget every rule. I think it's a D6.
You play every single week.
7 and 8 damage. So 15.
The scorpion and stick fall to the ground, and the scorpion kind of breaks free and starts
So you're free.
skittering down as the kobold just gets clocked so hard that he croaks. He falls over dead.
Alright, and then I'm going to creep the rest of the way up the stairs. I don't want to breach the landing. I want to stay on the stairs.
Okay.
But
So you get to the top of the stairs, and you see the guy wiping his eyes, and you see the other kobold like kind of patting him on the back. And Get off! Go find him! And the one with the cool backpack starts making his way down the stairs
towards me.
Towards you. He does unfortunately see you.
Cool.
So he will go ahead and take a swing at you. With his spear. That hits. That doesn't hit. You take 2 points of damage. Unfortunate. Piercing damage as it hits you with the spear, and then it goes again and misses. Your go.
You're dead, Bob.
And speaking of which, the other kobold starts making his way towards you.
19 to hit.
19 hits.
And should I roll damage before I attack this time?
No, sorry. I mean, it doesn't matter.
10 damage.
Okay, gotcha.
3 plus 7, 10. Doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit. Still standing.
Bam!
He,
Just one solid!
you see one of his sharp teeth get shattered. And that leads us to...
Bonus action attack.
Yeah.
Can I use flurry of blows on this? You know what?
He's looking okay.
I do want to use flurry of blows on this narc. So I'll use a key point.
It's my kobold you're talking about.
You know, to be fair, the scorpion one was the narc. He saw... No, this is the guy who yelled intruder. He's the narc. Flurry of blows. 10.
Doesn't hit.
17.
Hits.
10 damage.
Alright. Alright, so. That it?
Yep.
Alright.
It doesn't have to be, though.
But doesn't it? Let's see here. Does a 19 and 20 something hit?
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Let's see.
Is the magic kobold at disadvantage because he's blinded by...
He has,
skunk
he's recovered
eyes?
now. He made his con save.
Maybe I shouldn't have ran. Maybe I should have stood in my ground. Oh well.
How much HP do you have?
Not enough. 24?
19 points of cold damage, halved to, what is that, 9?
Yeah.
Yeah, to 9 points of cold damage. I was really hoping that would, that would put you down. Because boy, would that inventor have had fun with you if you hadn't just killed him.
The inventor!
Or revivifying. As 2 more blasts of cold come from that wand. And that is his turn. You're still with a... Did the guy with the spear make the attack yet?
It's up to you. You only told me about 2 attacks. I don't know if you...
And those 2 attacks, though, did you attack after or no?
I attacked after.
Okay, so it's his turn again.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
You should text Michael.
18.
Oh, it might be 45 minutes to Justin's.
Yes, correct.
Okay. It's 10? Oh my gosh.
I know. What a day. Alright. He misses, unfortunately. Tries to whack you with the spear again.
Alright.
Your turn.
I gotta go Nova. That's what I gotta do. Okay. This goblin's getting the schwacked. How's he looking?
Cool.
He's taking... Oh my goodness. 20 points of damage. He looking okay?
I mean, he looks injured.
17.
Hits.
9 points of damage.
All right.
9. 26.
Barely hits.
And then 8 points of damage.
Alright. He's looking rough.
Flurry of blows.
Okay.
25
Hits.
to hit. 8 points of damage. I'm so tired of being cold. I get him in a headlock and I noogie him dead.
So you get him in the headlock. You start to give a noogie and then it's as your flurry of blows just at godlike speed just and just caves his head. He falls limp in your headlock.
That means I have 1 more flurry of blows left. I'm running to the wizard, and I want to I want to clothesline him. Oh, thank goodness. Oh my god, 21.
21 hits.
I was about to say, this is the one that has to hit. 21 hits, stunning strike.
Okay.
He's got to make a con save. 10 damage.
10, gotcha. Does a natural 20 beat the con save?
Perhaps.
You thought.
I try and clothesline him. He's just steel. He catches me
He
with his
bends your
arm.
arm.
No! Now he's ready for the headlock again, though.
And he says, "You can't hope to defeat me. I'm more powerful than you could imagine." And then he moves his wand a little bit and is now 10 feet in the air as he's hovering over you doing this. That is his turn.
As he starts to levitate, I'm assuming he goes up. Do I get a...
Yes.
19.
Yes.
5 damage.
Okay.
Ow, my foot!
And it's your turn.
Alright.
Casting that spell of his turn.
I love kobolds, man. What's their int for?
There are smart ones. This one is not one of them.
He's the wizard. I was really expecting this was a normal kobold who had a staff. I thought that wand was going to run out on him.
Gotcha.
Can I'd like to attempt to just flavor, not actually. Just grab his feet and slam him into the ground.
Gotcha.
But it's just
an
a
attack.
Yeah. 12.
12 doesn't hit.
12.
Hits. Doesn't hit.
Bonus action attack. 25.
Hits.
And 9 points of damage.
Alright, so, I'm more powerful, then you could. You've seen Avengers. You somehow pull him down and then barely have the strength to and just the initial slap, his head just cracks open on the ground, and his wand flying next to him.
Take a moment. This was a good group of kobolds. And then I move on. It's not a full second.
Gotcha.
It's just long enough to go, what? All right. Do I hear anything? Do I hear more
you
sounds?
hear movement from upstairs. You hear movement coming closer.
Okay. I'm going to...
You hear, like, armor and stuff shifting. You hear boots. You hear feet.
Just real quick, I got a quick glance into both rooms. Did I see anything worth just at that super quick?
One brief moment.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me a con save.
Oh, I'm great at that. 15.
15. The skunk tries to spray you.
No!
But you're able to, like, kind of, you just breathe it in and you're like, keep my mouth closed. So you look in the room and you see different, some cauldrons, some pots, just with a brief glance. Give me a perception check.
15.
15. So you see a few pots. You can't quite make out what's in them at the moment. Presumably food. You see a bag on a table near where the skunk cage was, like a small bag. Other than that, it's some basic living stuff. You see a couple cooked rats.
Okay. Running over, just as quick as possible. I'm gonna grab the staff off of this guy. Just
The
dead wizard,
Okay.
Then I'm going to run over, grab that bag, grab as many rats as just a quick thing can do. Run down. I know this is more than a turn, so I'm just telling you all at once. And and then I'm gonna run down, get that backpack off the guy, and then I'm gone. I'm the wind.
Gotcha. Go ahead and give me a... I don't know what to call this, to be honest. Give me an animal handling check.
Oh no. Are there more animal? Are the rats alive? You said cooked!
They're cooked but alive.
12.
12? As you pick up the bag, you hear... and you see a little wasp escape, but you feel movement in the bag.
He's got a hand grenade! I had a little addendum to my plan.
Did you say you grabbed the pots or no?
No, I grabbed the rats.
The rats.
Can I, as I'm running to grab the bag off the guy, I got a hand grenade. This is gonna buy me time. I throw it up the stairs.
Okay.
And then
Okay. Cool.
And I'm listening intently for wasps.
All right. So you go back down the stairs. Go ahead and give me acro to get across.
I'm gonna use Kenku Recall because something about me says this is the time it goes south. So I'm gonna roll it flat. 13.
Roll the disadvantage just to see.
13.
Oh, that would have been fine.
I don't know. Something in my soul.
That's fair. I thought it was last time when you made the jump. I was like, oh, he's fallen. You make it across, and in the distance you hear, ow, ow, ouch, get it. And then you hear, where's there a skunk? What are you doing? You make it to the door, and you're in the room with the window.
I should go, right? I shouldn't stay here. But I want to. I gotta go. I trust that Tao, knowing I'm a friend of Kermie's, or at least associated with, wouldn't have told me I should go if that wasn't the case.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go. As much as I could stay here and kill kobolds and lizard folk 3 at a time until the day I die, an old man, not at this tower. There's something grander than them here. So I'm out.
Alright.
I'm gonna jump from the thing. I'll slow fall. What, you think I'm gonna forget to...
I was hoping. So you land in the snow, and...
I bring my torch. I bring my torches.
Yeah. And...
Oh yeah, I forgot I've been lugging them around.
You have. Go ahead and give me a survival check to try to figure out which way is northeast, southwest.
That's not disadvantage. Not one.
Which direction do you want to go? You know you are in a very large mountain range, that's it.
I figure I can't determine...
As the sun is setting, you can tell which way is which, typically.
Yeah, and I'm like, maybe it's different here. He's not even thinking about that.
Cool.
He's just heading towards the easiest way down.
Alright.
Because you can't spend an eternity up on a mountain.
Yeah. Okay. So, let's see, we'll say about 10 in the morning, give or take. I said setting, I meant rising.
The other thing.
The other one, anti-setting. So, you start making your way down as best you can.
Making my way down.
So, there are crags and crevices and big rocks. There's some trees. It's pretty steep. Some points it levels out a tiny bit, but it is mildly dangerous on this easier path that you sought out. So go ahead and give me a survival check. This is to see how you fare going down.
7?
7. Have you ever seen, what is it, Princess Bride?
Yeah.
You fall. And start rolling.
I'm used to, falling in dungeons, where when you trip, you go a few feet.
Yeah.
Falling down the mountains.
Can you slow fall again or no?
Yeah, I could do it every round.
Do you
but
or no?
I can't do it.
It's more rolling.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm thinking.
So you roll probably...
Like if I get air time.
Yeah.
But right now, just whoa.
You roll probably 20, 25 feet, crack into a large pine tree and take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Now I'm low in health. Oh, I'm not flashing red yet. Don't even worry about it.
Wonderful. Ender, you kind of stand yourself up and then start going back and forth.
Nobody saw it.
Start making your way down.
Okay. Yep.
Go ahead and give me a perception check, and also let me know, are you just going down, or are you trying to go down quickly or go down sneakily?
I'm just going down. Oh yeah, 15.
15. All right, so you're keeping a good eye out. You know that wild animals probably live in these areas, whether it's bears, foxes, what have you, owls. But you are keeping an eye out. You do see different animal tracks. You see a few animals, but keep your distance. And it's tough. You're very thirsty. You're starting to get a little hungry again, but you have a little bit of cooked meat left. Did you take that guy's bag or no? I can't.
I took that guy's bag.
Okay.
Yeah. Remember, that's why I threw the wasps to stall time.
Yes. And with each step, as you have like pots and pans on the outside of it, it's a stocked bag. You haven't opened it yet, but based on the outside, this guy may have been a professional chef. So you make your way.
If I grab the chef's bag and not an explorer's bag,
Who knows? It just has pots and pans on the outside.
Which you did. It's part of
Yeah. So you make your way down, get through the day. There's a bunch of rocks, inclines, and such. And it comes nighttime. You find a little group of trees that will keep you from falling down, so you kind of nestle in between. What you doing?
You said this bag has a bedroll on it,
Mm-hmm.
which is why I think it's an explorer's bag. I'm going to unroll the bedroll, have my torches gone out at
Torches
such.
have.
All right, I probably discarded them when I stopped going, ooh, ah.
Once you got about 50 feet away from the tower, they just...
That checks out. I'm time to audit the bag.
All right. So in the bag, you can go ahead and add to your inventory.
This will take a minute to do on the app, so I'm just going to do it here for now.
An explorer's pack.
Oh. What all does that entail?
If you add it, it will...
It will tell me.
It should. But I can also look. Alright.
Here we go. Add to equipment.
Backpack, bedroll, mess kit, tinderbox, 10 torches, 10 days of rations, and a full water skin. Also 50 feet of hempen rope.
Oh! I got a new belt!
Yeah. And several pots and pans. It's a modified one.
Beautiful. Oh my god, I'm in business!
You're in business.
Alright.
Do you drink right away?
Yeah.
So you drink the whole thing. The full water skin. You almost have enough to not get exhaustion. Almost.
You know, do I have to pee? Yeah, is there snow about?
There is snow about. You do have a pot.
Yeah. Oh my god, I won't have to make it in my backpack.
Over the course of 30-ish minutes of struggling to get a fire going, with a tinder box and some wet pine, so it takes you a bit. You are able to make a fire, and you drink enough water to stave off dehydration.
And I'm going to...
You fill up the water skin again.
I have 10 days of rations. How much do I have? Do I have enough to... How many rats did I get to supplement? How many days worth of... I didn't grab a lot of rats, I know.
We'll say you have 1 days of rats.
1 days of rats. Okay.
Doesn't sound good.
That sounds actually awful.
Even saying that you have a day's worth of rats, that sounds worse than half a day. But you have a full day's rats. As far as the rations go, you need to eat half a ration per day to not be exhausted. You'll be uncomfortable, but you need half a ration to not get exhausted.
I'm cutting.
Yeah.
How far? As far as the eye can see is mountains, correct? I'm cutting rations.
You're not even to cloud level yet.
Oh my god.
You're getting there.
When you look down and see clouds, life's bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Granted, you haven't been going straight down. You've been going
but
this.
You have to.
Yeah.
You see what happens doing this. You roll.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to spend the night here.
All right.
I'm going to long rest. I'm going to do what I can to try and make this a... I'm going to take a little bit of extra time. It'll put a little bit more time on my daily routine. I have 50 feet of rope. I'm assuming I'm in a clearing smaller than 50 feet around. Can I make an impromptu clanger with the pots and the rope kind of just a little bit around me so that if something comes up... Not great. 10.
Okay. So you make...
I made something.
You make something that clangs when you touch it. Perfect.
And then I will crawl in the sleeping pack and rest.
You wake up in the middle of the night, and you hear clanging. And you see, about 15 feet from you, a bear and 2 cubs. But they... Do you do anything immediately?
I'm in the sleeping bag, like just my head's out.
You see it walks up closer, and
my rats!
eats your rats.
It ate my day's worth of rats?
Unfortunately.
I now have 0 days worth of
You have
rats?
0.
That's better.
It does end up leaving.
Oh, I left smelling meat out. No shit, a bear showed up.
And you see one of the cubs does take your last bit of salted meat.
Oh, god damn it.
Unfortunately. But they do end up leaving.
Okay.
And you fall back to sleep, although it's a little uncomfortable, and wake up and start making your way again.
Sorry, go ahead.
Is there anything in particular that you want to do this day?
Before I head out, I pack up, obviously, everything.
Yeah.
I'm assuming I would have left enough water out overnight to have... Oh, it would have frozen. It would have frozen. Never mind.
Did you enlarge your pot to make more water? So you... but you do have a full, water skin.
Gotcha.
Which is half of what you need for a day. But it's something, and all you can see is snow below. So you should be fine for foreseeable days.
I need to check out one more thing.
As you're checking it out,
listening.
you continue on, and this day passes. Nothing eventful occurs. You sleep, same routine, wake, continue on.
Okay.
Sleep, same routine, wake, move on. So now we're at day 3 of full travel.
Okay.
You once again run into bears while you're walking. Just a couple smaller black bears. You keep their distance. They keep theirs for the most part. And you continue.
That's how you handle a bear. You don't mess with it, man.
And this goes on for several days. On the 5th full day of travel, you're now off the mountain that you were on. You're days past that mountain now. Just kind of going, just trying to get your way out of this mountain range, essentially. Praying to whatever God or Convergence of the 12 Rooms book that you want.
I probably spend a lot of time at night dreading that book. I'm in a better place, and he hasn't had a moment to sit and think about everything that's happening until he's trekking down a mountain, and he's never had to think about it before, but he kind of liked having friends.
Yeah.
And he's alone again. And he's just with that damn book.
I don't know about you, but when you're alone and already feeling sad, I would imagine that you probably have bad memories be brought up. You think of BJ and the loss there. You start getting into your head of, am I going to find my friends? Am I ever going to see them again? It's a very lonely, very dreary process. Question for you. Throughout the time of you traveling, you have come across certain circumstances where you could use your dimension door to get across like a span. Would you use it or not?
I think I would.
Okay.
I think I wouldn't use it unless... Because it's a good get out of jail free card, like if I were to start getting in more trouble. But yeah, I think if there's like a big ravine that could save me a day of travel, I'd crack that open.
Okay. So yeah, you punch and a doorway opens. You get across the ravine. On the 5th day, you are now getting out of most of the mountains. You're getting into, there's a little bit more prairie, like field almost. Still mountains, around, and just smaller, more Appalachian type. And you see a destroyed and degraded statue of something in the middle of a field. It's like toppled over. And you make note of this, not because of the statue, but because of what's behind the statue. You see bog fill your field of vision. Behind you, mountains. In front, kind of to the right, bog. And then you see heavy forest to your left.
Bro. Even someone who doesn't have bog-related trauma ain't going in a bog over a forest. He's walking down. He's like, it's been... And he just starts marching. Doesn't cross... It's one of those things, doesn't even require a thought.
Gotcha.
It's just one of those things that happens.
Gotcha. Okay. So you make your way into the forest.
Okay.
And travel for the rest of that day.
How many days have I been?
This is day 5.
It
About to
probably
hit 6.
wasn't easy to do, and I've been doing good on water, melting it, and
You've been doing the same thing.
I'm heading out of the snowy area, I'm assuming.
Correct.
So I'm going to do more, now that I'm in the woods, and it's less bears and snow rabbits, I'm going to try and supplement a little bit with wild food if I can.
Berries and such.
And I'm going to look for, obviously, fresh water.
Give me a survival check.
I'm going to roll 1 die.
That's 20, baby.
8. 13.
You,
What if it worked?
you find some berries that don't look poisonous or toxic.
I love it.
And you find some various things like that you can eat. You don't find any water with a 13, unfortunately.
Okay.
But you still have your canteen. You've already drinking enough for that day. So you're like, maybe tomorrow I'll give it a shot.
Gotcha. Forgot to long rest here.
You fall asleep. Same thing. Wake up.
Can I have over the time bettered? I know it will never be good, but my clanging pot system. Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me one more survival check just to see.
It's gonna be worse, right? 16.
Okay. Yeah, you think you have it under wraps. With just one rope, it's, you're only covering one bit, but you use a branch to try to, spread the two ends out to be able to cover 2 entrance points. So, you continue, you sleep, wake up, and then continue in the forest trying to get away from the, mountains, away from the bog. So you continue, and nothing happens. You see a fox in the distance. Do you want to...
I said I want to try and... What do I have to catch meat with? Did anything come in the explorer's kit that would be helpful? No. I've got a boomerang. I'm gonna try and boomerang a fox.
Go for it.
This is something... He's gonna try it once,
Yeah.
and if it doesn't work, he's done. Because you're not catching and punching a fox. 18.
Hits.
Oh my god, does it?
Yeah.
That's not even with adding whatever my boomerang to hit is. It says +7. I don't think I'm proficient in boomerangs.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Either way.
Oh! You fool! I've been trained in my monk arts by Monk Istish.
How much damage?
Oh. 10.
And the boomerang kind of flips around and falls next to it.
He knew he was the best. He starts, I'm the best. I'm the best. It's something he learned from Crag.
I would imagine.
Yes, Crag used to go around doing that.
Thank you. Alright, so you go, you pick it up and are able to put it on top of your pack, and you get your boomerang
I'm gonna
back.
have meat again. I'm eating this tonight. Okay. Okay, never mind. Sorry. Yes.
So you continue through the day. At night, you get a fire and you cook the fox after, I would imagine, preparing it. And, you have yourself a nice-ish meal. The meat's kind of tough.
No water.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a survival check for this day.
Oh my god.
What I have in terms of water.
17.
You find that it has recently either rained or there has been snowmelt that has run down.
Yes.
And you're able to find fresh water. Give me an intelligence check.
I'm great at that. Oh, modified 20.
You determine that it would be best to boil the water. So you boil the water.
When I make the fox, I boil the fox there.
Your water skin remains full. Sweet. You remain full, and get a, not a wonderful meal, but a decent meal. You feel full, you feel rested. For the first time, you feel like things, even though I'm lost and my friends are God knows where, I'm feeling okay. I feel safe-ish. You're in the wild. You've done it before.
He's not much of a survivalist. He's no ranger or whatever.
Yeah.
But he's been out. He's not normally alone much.
Yeah.
But he's been out in the woods.
Yeah. Important question, since you're now in the woods, which are made of wood. Do you keep the fire, what level of fire do you keep, if any, at night?
I probably keep it on the small side.
Small. Okay.
Yeah. It's more a comfort thing.
Yeah.
He's spent a long time in the snowy wilderness. If he could be warm, he's probably keeping himself hot just to feel it.
That's
that cold gets in your bones, man.
It does.
It stays.
That's unfortunate.
Said the Floridian.
Yes. Said the man who's never experienced cold. Let's see here. So, trying to determine where exactly you are on my map here.
Yeah, just point it out to me.
Nope, not doing that.
Right about
doing
where there's some mountains up here over by Rictus.
Yeah.
Oh, those are trees.
You wake up once again in the middle of the night. Once again in the middle of the night. This time with a blade at your throat.
Hey, you there!
You see with the brief bit of firelight, because it's probably about midnight, twilight hours. You see, 5 people, all in various forms of plate armor.
Uh-oh.
The great sword that is at your neck is poking into it just a tad, not much. And there is a person in bright white plate armor, an elven woman who has some type of religious chain. You can't quite make it out. You can't quite make it out. And she has at her side a maul, and she walks, kind of kicks out your fire a little bit.
Hey.
And walks up to you.
I'm bird-eyeing her so hard. You know that look birds have? You know the one.
To be clear, the 4 people in more of the typical plate armor all have great swords drawn. She's the one who doesn't have her maul drawn. You are blessed by the holy flame of the sworn. Fortune has brought you to us, and the sworn's light shines upon thee. I command you to swear fealty and servitude of the sworn, the holy flame, and Miramir. And you feel the sword kind of press into you.
Have you ever heard of choice theory? With an int of +1, do I know what choice theory is?
Go ahead and roll initiative. Just one of them's gonna whack you for that. I don't know. Do you want to just get whacked, or do you want to roll initiative?
Let's just get whacked. It's not. I'm in a sleeping bag.
Yeah.
I don't even roll the hit. I'm in a sleeping bag.
You take 10 points
my God.
slashing damage as one of them takes their sword and with a little bit of the broadside, but also with a sharper edge, cuts into your shoulder. And this is like a hulking dude. He has, armor over him, but this guy's 7 feet, super burly.
I know Miramir, don't I? Isn't that... I'll roll.
History.
Isn't that where Justin's from? 10, 15?
You remember Justin said that he's from there. You've never been there.
Yeah. 14.
Justin has made it seem as if it isn't the coolest place to be.
Gotcha. But I don't have... there's a sword at my throat. I'm not dimension dooring. I'm not technically I could disengage and run, but there's a sword at my throat.
You are prone. Supine? You're supine.
I'm supine. Yeah, rules is written there. But that's... it's nonsensical that I could... so she hits me with the sword.
One of the other guys, yeah.
Swear to... who?
Swear fealty and servitude to the sworn, the holy flame, and Miramir.
Or...
You take 9 points of
Oh
slashing
my
damage as the same one hits you in the same spot.
I do! Alright, I do! I do! Look, I've been to a wedding.
Say it.
In her voice, of course. Swear fealty to Miramir.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
I didn't say I, because she didn't say I. What do you want me to do?
You can use it in a different voice.
Nope.
I.
Swear fealty to...
What am I, Bumblebee?
Yes, you are. Alright. Come, and the Goliath picks you up. Let me know if at any point you're fighting or trying to escape or anything.
I figure I'd be like
As he goes to
kicking
bind your hands.
a little bit.
You are
I'm
in
assuming-
a circle.
I'm in a circle surrounded. I'm assuming I wouldn't be like aiding. I'd be like pulling a little bit. But I'm assuming he's holding me to a degree. These guys, I can't outstrength by any means.
Give me a strength check just to see.
13.
13. So you start to pull loose a little bit, but he's able to wrangle you back in. It looked like maybe you just kind of slipped. But he wrangles you back in and does tie your hands.
Okay.
One of them comes up to you and kind of pries open your bird beak a little bit as they gag you. And then the Goliath kind of pulls you by your hood and trips you to where you're facing the ground and starts dragging you.
Stop! As I'm being dragged away.
You see one of them picks up your bag.
Okay. But they don't take apart my...
You lose your pots, pans, and rope.
Oh my god. As I'm dragged away from my pots, pans, and rope, he has a very weird... It's like a Wilson moment. Putting those up, they saved his life. He'd become weirdly close to these inanimate objects.
Gotcha.
It's honestly not as bad as, like, losing a friend. It's a sad moment for him watching these pots and pans get left behind.
A sad moment in a series of sad moments. Okay, fair enough.
But there's... Oh, God. And they drag me away? That's bad.
Yeah.
I'm also now remembering I'm meant to, at some point, bring up... It's too late now. That I wanted to, like, map the way I was coming down to see if I could get back at some point.
With your Kenku abilities,
Okay.
if you come back, I mean, you'll be able to... You'll have to roll for it, but it will not be impossible.
Man, I'm proficient in cartographer's tools. I just want to use it someday. Oh,
Once.
just once! Okay.
So they take you...
Because that's a place I have to go back to. Oh, I'm about to be killed, so...
I don't know why you're asking.
I swear to God, if I get turned into a priest... I got sold to a monastery, now I'm kidnapped by a priesthood. Too many hats, man.
So they take you. About 20 minutes you're dragged until you see. And once again, let me know if at any point during, after, if you want to try some escape of some kind.
I'm
Otherwise,
keeping
I'll
my
assume-
eyes open for an opportunity.
Gotcha.
I'm bound and gagged and surrounded and beat up.
Are you a flashing red?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
So
I think I need 10 more hit points gone to start.
you take 10 points of
No!
So they drag you and you see horses in a little bit of a clearing. Some of the trees have kind of, they're a little bit more spread thin, but still forest. And they throw you over kind of the backside of one, and you're now, just facing, looking at the horses, outer thigh area. And they all mount their horses. So they have 5 horses total. You're on one of them.
I'm on the back of one, right?
You're on the back.
Yeah.
And they start trotting off.
Am I tied to the horse?
You're not tied to the horse. You are, over the horse. You do feel rope tighten around your ankles.
I'm bound and gagged. The most I can do is fall off the horse, get kicked, and they put me back on it. Okay, great.
Yeah, you're fine.
I'm loving this. I should have stayed at the mountains killing them. I should have dealt with the hunter or whatever.
So you continue. You're gagged, tied, and not long after, a bag goes over your head. You can breathe, and you can kind of see beneath your beak a tiny bit, but not much. You're just looking at horse parts.
Fine.
And the day passes on, comes to night. There is a fire crackling that you hear. You hear a tiny bit of talking. Roll a perception check if you're wanting to overhear anything.
Oh my god, yeah. Not a lot. 14.
You don't hear much, and you didn't hear much in the travel. They seem to be pretty stoic. Once in a while you'll hear, "This way, Flame," and "Flame, turn right." Stuff like that. They're super business oriented.
They said something about the sacred flame, right?
Holy Flame.
Holy flame.
Yeah. Just super, super stoic. Night comes, crackling. They don't tell any fables by the fire, unfortunately.
No! Huh?
Are you doing it?
Yeah. Oh no. This is the first night, right?
Yeah. You take 7 points of slashing as you get hit again. You're still over the horse. Blood is poured to your head, so you have a headache, and you're left there through the night.
Okay.
And you hear some walking around at night, so you know that there's somebody awake at all times, or at least from what you can tell. But eventually, I assume you fall asleep, unless you're attempting to stay up.
As much as you can. I figure it's more pass out. On and off in this situation, I don't know. I think you're probably amped, actually. Yeah. I probably end up getting some sleep. Not intentionally, probably.
We'll say you sleep, not a long rest.
Okay.
Unfortunately. And the...
Exhaustion?
Let's see.
I didn't eat.
You didn't eat or drink.
They woke me up last night.
They did. Eating is fine. You still have... what's your con modifier?
0.
0? So you can go 3 days with less than half a ration and be fine.
Okay.
But water, yes. You get a level of exhaustion. Unfortunately.
I just started rolling flat again.
You are taken off the horse rather roughly and tossed to the ground. Not thrown, but, kind of you're lumped to the ground. The bag comes off, and a blindfold comes off as someone's holding your shoulder from behind. And the female in white armor with them all pulls them all out and is kind of having it at her side. "What is your name?" Give me one moment. You take 9 points of bludgeoning damage. And 11 points of radiant damage.
Oh, I die.
You die or unconscious?
Are unconscious.
You go out, and you wake back up, and you are gagged, hood over your head, over a horse.
So I'm back up?
You're back alive. Give
Okay.
me a intelligence check.
4.
Disadvantage. There it is.
2.
You have no clue. You were dying and now you're not. Now you're on the back of a horse when you wake up.
Okay. I'm gonna put myself at just 1 HP for whatever purpose.
Yeah, you are at 1.
Okay.
So you continue on, not knowing how long it's been. And once
I didn't lie. I'm a Kenku.
once again,
I never seen a bird before.
once again, you hear Flame. What do you want with the bear? Kill it. And you hear and you hear a little battle ensue, and then you hear and one of the men. I'll need another potion. Of course. And you hear some clanking of glass. And this continues. Nightfall comes. Anything you want to do?
Squirm futilely, rage against the machine.
You get a little bit of sleep. Morning comes. You're thrown off. Bag comes off. Gag unties. Maul. What is your name?
Kenku, bird, name sound.
I don't need to roll. You go unconscious.
Oh my god.
And you wake up. This same thing. Morning. Toss. What is your name? Give me an intelligence check.
Oh. 18?
Aren't you disadvantaged?
Shit. I forgot.
You're good. That's cocked.
18. Oh.
Uh,
I can't read that. It's
9.
Yeah.
So 10.
Yeah. I'll
Um,
recover that later.
you aren't sure what, but you're starting to feel like maybe she's not wanting your name. And you're thrown back on the horse. You're gagged.
Oh, I know what she wants.
As you croak again. You wake back up on the horse at night. You hear fire crackling, and you are at 3 levels of exhaustion, by the way.
Does dying and coming back? Does that Oh, let's keep
We'll say
it
you're
for just. It's not great dying and coming back.
Yeah.
Mechanics wise, it might. For gameplay, it probably
Okay.
should.
You
That's
heard it
kind
here
of
first,
rules.
folks. So, night comes, and you are now taken off the horse at night. And one of them pulls off the sack over your head, undoes your beak tying, and it's fully gone from gag to they're tying around your beak. They pull it off and gives you, it looks like a piece of bread with maybe some cheese on it and a bottle of what appears to be water. 2 minutes. And hands them to you.
They don't untie my hands though.
They don't. He's literally making you like bird it from him, and he tilts it back, and you are once again sack bound, thrown over the horse.
Yes.
In fact, no, you're not thrown over the horse. You're left next to this tree.
Okay.
And night goes on. Day comes. Sack comes off. Beak tie comes off. What is your name?
I'm being tortured. They want me. I know you can't convert. They want me to say flame. I'm assuming here. I don't want to, but it's hard to get in the mindset of someone who's in this situation.
You're in a fight or flight situation. So if you, Kyle, were on the verge of being whapped again, and you weren't Kyle and you were a bird, what would you do? Was that helpful?
I'm gonna... Yeah.
Next day comes. You have now been... We'll skip through a little bit and say that it has been 7 days.
Yeah, give me
You
a
wake
couple
up-
more days to resist. You know, he's...
Yeah.
The cross-guard monks aren't very, Zen-type monks.
Yeah.
But they're very protective monks.
Yeah.
So I think he goes into some of his... like a Marine. My name is... My unit number is...
Gotcha.
But you can't do that forever. Some people can. Some people have. Laughs can't.
So
Actually, with a con of 0, give me 3 more days. You said 7?
7 total, so that's probably like 2 more days.
Okay.
something to that
Give me
effect.
2 more days.
So day 7, morning comes. You have now been in for several days just grassland. The mountains you can still see in the background, but you're no longer in a mountainous area, no longer in the forest that's long behind you as well.
I'm just realizing they could have taken me into that bog.
They
That
could
was
have
a possibility. I should have died fighting. And they would have killed me and then...
just drown you in the bog.
Yeah.
So once again, comes off. What is your name?
Flame. I'm starved. I'm beaten. I'm sure I'm bruised and broken and... Flame.
She puts her maul, takes you by the chin? The underbeak?
Underbeak?
The
Yeah, that's
underbeak.
what I want to hear you say.
She takes you by the underbeak. Good child of the flame. Good. And you are not killed, knocked unconscious, whatever. You're not knocked unconscious. You are hooded, not gagged. And you are thrown over the horse. About half a day passes. If you want to do anything, let me know. Otherwise,
I'm still bound.
if you're incapacitated, I'm just gonna kind of skip through some bits.
Fair enough.
And you get to an area where you hear some more voices, and you hear, attach them to the carts. And you hear some whinnying, some horses, some bridle movement, so like some metal clanging, and you're thrown off the horse unceremoniously as there's some more movement, and you hear what sounds to be like a door or gate of some kind, and you are lifted up and thrown into what appears, and you can like see underneath your hood, what appears to be a cage that is on something wooden, and you're able to kind of move your head around, and you see that you're off the ground, so you think that you're in a cage in a cart or wagon.
Okay.
A large wagon.
I'm still bound?
You're still bound.
Okay.
Your hood does get taken off as the cage is locked or shut and locked.
It's a covered wagon. It's not like I'm seeing much.
It's a covered wagon. Even the flap at the back is covered. So you're catching little glimpses as the wind pulls the tarp a tiny bit. So you're catching a little bit as you see road now. So you're on a road. Hours pass. And during that time, you do see in your wagon, because you can hear, you have great passive perception, you hear at least one other wagon that's rolling next to you. You continue hearing very small conversations about going home and something about the holy flame, just some various little bits, but it's like, I say one sentence.
These guys are great.
That's how the conversations go.
Oh my god. Fun at parties, my guy.
Of note, in your wagon, separate cages, you do see where did I have it written down? You see a middle-aged man, a human who's like shaking. He's in rags and is missing a shirt. You see some blood on the side of his face. And you also see, in a separate, smaller cage, what appears to be a Minotaur child or adolescent of some kind, who's bound, still gagged, in the corner, kind of looking fearfully. And you continue traveling.
The old guy, is he gagged?
Mm.
Guy, you have water.
And he's kind of in and out.
I'm gonna. What is this?
I don't know. They came to my house. I think they've killed.
And he falls unconscious.
Poor guy.
That's unfortunate. Throughout the day, there are a couple pit stops, but no openings of the tarp. At night, the tarp opens, and you can tell that you're off the road now, just a little ways, and all sides of the tarp are opened, pulled up onto the roof, if you will, the tops of the cages. And each of you is handed some food and water. The man, the human man, is given a little drink of some type of reddish-colored potion. Comes back to, and everybody just is eating and drinking. There's still those knights, if you want to call them that, the men wearing some type of like battle raiments, and the elven woman who's wearing the white. They're still there. You also notice a few more people dressed similar to them. And as you're looking around, there are 2 carts with different horses that are attached to them, and there's a couple people on horses just by themselves. What you doing?
Did they give me food too?
Yeah.
I'm eating, man. Look, I've already caved to calling myself Flame. What am I gonna do? Not eat the food? That useless show of resistance?
So the rest of the day, kind of goes on. It's nighttime, so it's really getting late, but nobody's gone to bed. The tarps are still open, and the woman with the maul kind of is rattling on the cages with her maul, like walking past, and continues on her little ways. She comes back to the side that has the child, and she boo, and the little scurries to the other side, and then kind of goes away as the man is there, and he seemingly doesn't know him. And this type of mental torture goes on with all 3 of you, them just messing with you, a lot of laughter. Some of them are drinking beer or meat of some kind. Tarps are thrown back over.
Are they doing more talking, or are they still enjoying the drink? Yes.
It's a lot of that. There's a tiny bit of talking. So a little bit more, seemingly whoever's joined seems to be a little bit more talkative, but it's still mostly about business. So, asking about what their latest haul was, you hear. You hear something about the owners are getting a little empty-handed, stuff like that. And you do hear the name Gregor. That's the only name that is given, and it doesn't seem to be somebody that's here.
Gotcha.
So they are calling themselves Flame, every single one of them.
But someone
is named Gregor. And you continue. Let me know once again if you ever try to bust out or if you want to have conversations. Otherwise, this will continue for several days.
I figure he's kind of shattered right now.
There's also a crappy bucket in your cage. Specifically, it has crap.
Yeah, I got that when you said crappy. I think the man's not getting much from The kid...
He's awake a little bit more.
Is he?
Yeah.
I think this is a moment where Laughs can't comfort the kid. I can't help this or get from this man. I think I'm as cracked as they are right now. You know?
We will say that you are able to get a long rest in.
Okay. They're gonna kill me.
Sometime over these days. It's pretty stressful. About, we'll say, 6 days after you were attached to the carts. 6 days pass. And... We'll say on that 6th day, the child is ungagged. He's been temporarily ungagged for drinking, eating, stuff like that. But this night he is left ungagged. And the gate, the door to his cage opens. And the woman pulls him out by the scruff of his neck and drops him to the ground. And he looks up and she says, "What is your name?" And this goes on for 2 days with him. Or I'll say it goes on for 1 day. He's beaten and put back in the cage. He wakes up the next day. Not gagged anymore, but confused. You see tears in his eyes. His mane, if you call it that, on his face, it's like dried tears, as he doesn't understand what's going on. The old man goes to the edge, and the Minotaur youngster kind of backs away.
Flame, say flame.
And the Minotaur shakes his head, and the man backs away and lays down again. This day passes. It becomes night. The tarps are taken off, and the gate, the person with the keys comes up to the gate, unlocks it, same exact thing. Next day, he does end up waking up again. Anything you want to do, or no?
They're coming into...
They're opening his gate, saying, "What's your name?" He says something, and then they injure him.
Okay, yeah. So, and it's the next day now? Yeah. God. I'll creep over to... I thought the old man had done it. I thought the kid had got this traumatized, horrible kid. I'm gonna go over to my edge of the cage and kind of rack on his. I'm assuming I'm in as bad of shape as they are. I'm going to point at... this is gonna be mean. I'm so sorry. What is your name? Flame. Flame.
Give me 1 second. Give me a persuasion check.
Oh, I'm great at that. 2.
He shakes his head at you, and then his eyes kind of go big. Flame, 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 and kind of rocks back and forth over a few minutes.
I'm gonna wait a little bit. If he kind of comes back around, I'm gonna point at the front where they'd enter from. To them, flame.
He nods.
Here, you.
Give me a charisma check.
1. Not natural.
Listen, he doesn't quite get what you're doing there, but boy, was that heart-wrenching. I take 6 points of mental psychic damage. Okay, so next day comes. They open up the cage. What is your name?
Flame.
And she whispers something to him, and he shudders, and then he's put back in the cage, and is bawling. So, more days pass. It has been about 10 days since you were carted. And we'll say you guys have been given enough food and water to stave off exhaustion, so you no longer have exhaustion. You've gotten a few long rests in. Over a 10-minute period, tarps are back over. Over a 10-minute period, you start hearing the hustle and bustle of everyday life from a town or city you know not. But it's not too far off. You hear the wagon's wheels going thump, 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 over what you assume is a wooden bridge, because there's not many things that make that noise. And not long after, you hear, "Welcome back to Ioka's land, Ioka's holy land, Flames. How many?" 3. "Well done. They're all marked for Gregor. Take them to the pit." And you hear as you go over some type of little bump at what you assume to be a gateway heading into the city. And you look as the old man and the child, all of you guys are in bad shape, but as far as health goes and exhaustion goes, you've been brought back from the brink of death multiple times. So they're in terrible mental shape. In general, they're in bad physical shape, but as far as health goes, you guys are good right now. They both look terrified as you guys enter this city of what you can assume to be Miramir, Ioka's holy land. Yes.
I'm going to say, just for a bit of... I think I'm doing a bit better than them, because I kind of verbalized it earlier, but I have an ability, stillness of mind, that can keep me from being charmed or frightened, which isn't specifically what's happening here, but it's that level of just fortitude of the mind that's kind of keeping me together.
Okay.
Because
absolutely.
Otherwise, I'd be in the exact same...
Yeah. So yeah, with that in mind, you're in a bad spot, but doing far better than them, especially the child, who just doesn't understand. Not that any of you do, but especially the kid. And you guys are brought through a city for probably 15-20 minutes, and the carts stop. And that's where we will leave it off for tonight. As you've gone through... Man, how many days of just general travel was that?
How many days of general misery?
Yeah.
I had one good day this whole session?
Correct.
I had one...
It's been 23 days of travel. Between you traveling by yourself, you traveling on horse, and you traveling via cart.
I've been separated from the party for almost a month? Oh my god. Look forward to not seeing me in any sessions.
So not your temporary character. Well, that is it for tonight. Hopefully that wasn't too miserable for you.
It was for me.
Poor Lax is going through a bit of a rough patch, but I'm sure all will clear up very soon. Yes.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you all for joining us at Fables by the Fire once again. Be sure to give us a follow on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, wherever else we may be, which is just YouTube, really. And, give us a like, give us some comments. We will see you again next Tuesday at 8 p.m.
Bye.
Bye-bye.